How's it going, guys? Patch number 3, or as it is said, 1.250. So maybe it's not, patch number 1.3. So maybe this isn't like a full, full-blown patch, but it's 1.250. Xbox, PlayStation, PC. It has been released today, 11/18/2021. Now, themselves, Motorsport Games, have not said anything about it. I actually just saw this because one of my followers on Twitter, Zodiac, shout out to you, bud, he let me know. He sent me the link to the patch notes. So here we are. I've not played the game yet. We will likely do that tomorrow because I have a midterm exam for my master's tomorrow. So I'm going to probably spend the rest of today studying, and then tomorrow we will test out what this patch entails. I want to give a shout out to all the Patreon supporters for always supporting the channel. You guys are the absolute best. And honestly, I think right now I get most hyped for when a patch comes out because that gives me hope again that this game can be fully fixed. So let's look into it. I've skimmed through it, but I haven't looked at all the details, so we will see what is in it. It is live on every platform. So it went through the review process and everything, but they didn't say anything, which was a little bit weird. They didn't say that it's in the review process. It was just installed on every platform, so I don't know, very, very odd. That's not usually how patches work. They usually have to get approved by Xbox and PlayStation after a certain amount of days, but it seems like they did that. They just waited for that to happen. So wheel support is the first thing that is shown here. This is for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. I know this is pretty important for some of you guys, so here we go. Added support for steering wheel buttons for in-game actions such as the pit menu, which is good. Added support for steering. So does that, my question is, like, if I use a wheel, can I change my camera and everything like on the wheel now? Because I had to use my keyboard for that, so I'll probably test that out. Added support for a few of the Thrustmaster wheels. I know some of you guys were asking about the T300 RS because some of you guys have that. My old wheel is in here, Thrustmaster T150. That's in there now. So add support for those four, TGT, T300 RS, T500. For Xbox, they added the Thrustmaster 458 Italia wheel, the Spider wheel, the Leather Edition wheel, servo-based TMX Pro, TMX wheel, TSXW wheel. And for PC, they added reinstated support for Logitech Momo wheel shifter, reinstated support for our Fanatec CSW 2.5 with V3 inverted pedals, reinstated support for the T150, and added support for multiple monitors. To use this feature, please set the game to windowed mode. So if you guys want to use it on multiple monitors, which I don't see the real reason why you would do that, because it's not like iRacing. I wouldn't do that, but you know. That is it. So it looks like mainly the Thrustmaster wheels have gotten a lot of support. Hopefully more wheels get more support as time goes on. Let me know what you guys think about all this. Added AJ Allmendinger to the driver roster. Cars and schemes. Fixed an issue that could cause the player car to unexpectedly slow down in Atlanta. I'll let you guys know if I ran into these issues. I did not run into that. Fixed an issue that was causing the player to drive a lap under AI control at Martinsville. That was a thing. I actually didn't really have an issue with it. Just kind of took an extra pace lap, wait another 20 seconds. I didn't really mind it, but all right. Fixed an issue where the front splitter of the Camaro would roll around in sync with the wheels. Fixed an issue that was causing driver numbers to look squashed. Again, I haven't had that problem. Fixed an issue that would cause the game to reset the player's default view. I've not had that problem. Here's the big stuff. Rules, cautions, yellow flags, AI. So let's read this. Improved sensitivity of yellow flags, especially on speedways. That is the major one. Obviously, it's good that it's in here. I will test it out. So I'm not going to get too happy about it because I have to test it out. I'll wreck cars and we'll see what happens. And do all that. There is one thing I'm hoping that's in here. I don't know if I've seen it yet, but AI pitting. Well, that'll probably be down here with the AI. So we'll look at that. Improved player and AI formation on rolling restarts after a yellow flag, but they do say additional refinement is needed right here. So what that is saying is that they are working on it, but I don't think they have it to where they want, which means I would expect to still have a lot of problems around here, where essentially after a caution, the AI just don't know what they're doing. So that's a little bit worrying that they had to put additional refinement is needed. So they're working on it, but it's not fully there yet. Improved AI behavior, determining need to pit after cautions, which is they would pit right after a caution came out, which was really annoying. But again, they say additional refinement is needed. So that I'll test it, but again, it does worry me a little bit that they are saying that they're being honest, which is good. I don't want them to put it in the patch notes and then it not being fixed. That's the last thing I want. You got to be honest with me. If it's not, if additional refinement is needed, if it's not exactly where you want it, thank you for putting it in the patch notes, because at least it sets my expectations for what I'm expecting. I'm not expecting this stuff to be fixed, but hopefully it is a little bit different. Luckily, they did not say additional refinement is needed up here. They're saying that the sensitivity of yellow flags is better, so that's good. We'll test it at speedways. I'll probably go to like Kansas, Daytona, Talladega, because that's where I want to see where it works. Fix an issue that could cause autopilot to retain control of the player's car if a yellow flag is thrown while the player is pitting. Fix an issue that was causing the player car not to be repaired after a yellow flag pit stop. I would have that problem too. Fix an issue that was forcing the players to pit if the pit menu was open as a yellow flag was triggered. I've not had that problem, but that's a little bit that's very detailed there. So this was actually a big one for me. I'm just trying to read this right. Fix an issue that could cause autopilot to retain control of the player's car if a yellow flag is thrown while the player is pitting. I didn't have that problem. My problem was I couldn't pit when I had a tire down. That was my problem. So we'll see. AI, not a lot here, but hopefully it's big. Adjusted the AI to better handle large obstacles on track, such as accidents involving multiple cars. We will test that. Adjusted the AI behavior after yellow flags. Very vague, but yeah, they kind of suck after yellow flags. Adjusted the AI behavior so they do not suddenly slow down when exiting the pit at Charlotte. Have I even done a race at Charlotte? I don't think so. Fixed an issue that would cause the AI to receive tire wear at an accelerated rate, which would result in thank you. Okay, so it wasn't a fuel thing, it was tire wear. Fixed an issue that would cause AI to receive tire wear at an accelerated rate, which would result in 2 frequent pit stops. This was the problem I was having in the career mode. So with this combined with this and hopefully all of this, all of that, with all that, hopefully I can get some, at least not great, but better career mode races, because these are the issues I was having. So again, we'll test it. Let's see what happens. Okay, wear and damage. Adjusted the maximum allowed tire pressure to be more realistic. Adjusted damage settings to greatly reduce the frequency of encountering an issue that could prevent damage from being shown on the car after an impact. Fixed an issue that was causing damage sustained in a race to be carried over to the start of replays. Thank you. That was a massive problem. Just specific. If you guys noticed on some thumbnails, you would see the cars have damage, and yeah, it's because in the race they had damage, but that was a pretty big problem. Pit stops. There's a lot of issues in pit stops, so we're gonna need more than 2, but hopefully this is better. Adjusted the autopilot to be able to drive the player car with this is the exact issue I had. Yes, Atlanta. So thank you, Motorsport Games. That's the exact problem I had. I legitimately could not pit when I had a blown tire on pit road. Thank you for that. Fixed an issue that could cause the player driver to float outside of the car during pit stop scenes. Oh, I saw that. I saw that on some other content creators videos, but I have not had that problem. That's pretty funny, honestly. So that's fixed. I mean, a lot of the major things are getting fixed, so I'm not going to complain. I wish there was probably a little bit more, but again, this doesn't say 1.3, it says 1.25, so it looks like it's a middle patch. But we'll continue. There's still actually a lot more, so we'll continue here. Career. Adjusted the calendar so event names and logos no longer overlap. Who cares? A lot bigger issues than that. Fixed an issue that was causing the wrong scheme to be shown during victory sequences. I haven't had that problem, but I would like to be able to change my paint scheme. That's one thing I would like to be able to do. Is I know for James Davison's car, I have a second paint scheme and I can't use it. Multiplayer. Added initial implementation of ghosting features to online play. Additional improvements to come. You guys are going to have to let me know, because I'm playing the game on PC and a lot of PC multiplayer is usually dead. So let me know on consoles if this is fixed. I do want to point out that most of these notes, it's not saying PC only. So this is for consoles as well. So guys, please, on consoles, give me feedback on all my videos in the comments on Twitter, on Instagram. Let me know what you're getting. Let me know if some of these things are fixed on consoles, because I can only tell you what's being fixed on PC. So I don't want to send out the wrong impression if consoles are still not ready to go. We all know PC is better than consoles at the moment. It's just the way it is. Added a confirmation prompt when leaving an online lobby. Improved the length of the transition from the data pad to the track and online sessions. Fixed an issue that could cause the online exit prompt to be briefly unresponsive. Fixed an issue that could cause players to see their own scheme as being incorrect in online games. Fixed an issue that could prevent players from joining their friends if they accept an invite from within another online session. That's cool and all. This is probably the best feature, but still, no private lobbies. That's the one thing that is still needed. So again, I'll reiterate. 1.3 is not here. This is 1.25. But I mean, I feel bad for league racers, man. They really can't. You can't do leagues on the game. That's just a massive problem. So I know they're on it, but apparently they're having more issues than they realized. I didn't realize it could be such a big problem creating a private lobby. I don't you know, make or use code for a living, so I wouldn't know. I don't want to act like I know. I don't. But just something like private lobbies, I don't see how that's that big of a problem to add. Like, I don't get it. I don't know. Some of you guys that take computer science in college, maybe you guys have to explain to me why something like private lobbies can't be added, which is it a server thing? Can the server not handle private lobbies? Like, that's something that's a little bit weird. Replays. Significantly reduced the stuttering seen in certain camera views. Yes. So every time I enter a replay, the stuttering is really bad. Yeah, it's really bad. So hopefully that's better. Improved audio in replay, so engine sounds and track placement sound more accurate. That was also an issue. So we'll test that in the replay section. Paint booth. This guys is for you, not me. I'm not really a paint booth guy, so this is for you guys. Added NASCAR, race car, and FOD logos to paint booth templates. Fix an issue that could cause the game to crash when adding a single decal to a custom car over and over. Fix an issue in the paint booth that could cause the wrong side of the car to be shown. Fix the corrupted window texture that could be shown on custom Toyotas during cutscenes. And PlayStation only, fix an issue that could cause saves to become corrupt when saving highly detailed custom vehicles. I've heard of this problem, and that must suck because you guys put hours and hours into making every car, and then that happens. So hopefully that is fixed. Hopefully that does not happen to you guys anymore. Menus. Adjusted menus in the garage so that they can no longer disappear when looking around the car interior. Adjusted the names of certain audio options for increased clarity. Fix the controller vibration toggle. It is now possible to disable controller vibration. You definitely don't want to disable controller vibration because you barely feel any controller vibration. So guys, just don't do that. The option's good, but don't turn it off. We actually need more vibration. If you guys have played Forza Horizon 5, you know what I mean. That game, the vibration on the controller is perfect. So that's exactly what I wanted to feel from this game. Fix an issue that could prevent the pause menu from being open. Fix an issue that could cause the skip session button to load the same session when chosen before heading to track. Fix an issue that could result in the online hopper menus overlapping the main menu. Fix an issue that was preventing the pause menu from being open. Fix an issue that would duplicate controller inputs. Fix an issue that could cause a dead state if the player chose to restart the session while shifting focus to the crew chief. Fix an issue that could cause... These are very detailed issues that I've just never seen before in my life. Fix an issue that could cause UI prompts to disappear when the player chooses to restart a race. I've just not seen any of this. Yeah, so nothing really that big of a deal in here, honestly. Localization, updated the localization for online playlists, added several localizations for display and controls menus. That is 1.250 patch. So this is the third patch, but it's not named 1.3, so it's not like a fully brand new version of the game. I think the patch size is 2.4 gigabytes. Let me make sure about that. Yes, it is right here. 2.4 gigabytes. That is the patch size. So guys, overall, it's obviously patches. The more patches that come out, the better. The main things I would say that are still missing is private lobbies, of course. Still the controller feedback, like what I feel in my hands when I'm driving. So essentially, in order to like do steering assist off and all that stuff, traction control off, like we need much better feedback when the car is about to slide, because it really is impossible to drive right now. There are ways to get around it, so if you guys are having that problem, put traction control on medium. That usually is the way to get around it. It's still very difficult, but it is drivable. But the main things here, wheel support, obviously for a lot of people that want to play with the wheel. I'm not going to get too excited about that because I still think the force feedback isn't really right on a lot of these wheels. That's the game itself. It's not really the wheel. So we'll see how that goes. Good old AJ's in the game. That's nice. But the main stuff really is... all of this stuff is good, but the main stuff is these two. Actually, these three. Actually, these four. Rules, cautions, AI, wear, damage, pit stops. So Right here, adjusted the autopilot is a big one in case you have a flat tire. This one is massive, which is where is it? Wear and damage. Oh, where is it? Encountering issue carried. Where is it? AI right here. Okay, fix an issue that would cause the AI to receive tire wear at an accelerated rate. This is a massive, like, this was one of my biggest problems. This is apparently fixed, so I need to test it. Let's see what happens, but I'm very happy about that. And then of course, yellow flags. So if the yellow flags work properly, if the AI don't pit anymore too frequently, if the AI are adjusted after yellow flags to behave normally, this is going to fix a lot of the problems that I've been having in terms of being able to make content for the game. Still, I think the price of this game is still around $50. I would still tell you guys, let me play all this, but even if, let's say all of this works, right? This is actually fixed. Even though additional refinement is needed, this is better. Even though the needing to pay after cautions, additional refinement is needed, that's better. Even if all of this stuff, guys, is fixed, I would still hold off on buying the game. There's still a lot of things that need to be fixed, and a lot of things that need to be done in order for me to recommend you buying the game. I still have the game rated around a 4.5 to a 5. I will tell you guys, wait for a price drop. $30 is around where I'm looking at right now. If this game was $30, I would, with these fixes, I would be close to being able to recommend it. But still, $50, I would not recommend it. And it still needs private lobbies. It still needs a few more fixes there. It still needs the car to drive better at certain tracks and the AI to behave better at certain tracks in order for me to actually really recommend you buying the game. And some career mode stuff needs to be added in as well, which is something that I would need as well. But the main things I was having an issue with was cautions and AI and stuff are fixed in here. Apparently, I will test it out tomorrow. So guys, tomorrow it's not going to be a career mode video, but it's going to be a gameplay video. We're going to go to multiple tracks and we're going to test out the patch and we're going to see what it's like. And I'll run it through its course. Tomorrow's video probably will be very long, maybe close to an hour. I'm really going to put this game through its paces. I have an exam to take first. I'm going to take that in the morning, and then I'm going to, run this thing through its paces, and we will see what happens. Guys, take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you're not already. I just want a better game. So hopefully this is another step. We still need more patches. It's not done yet. Need more patches, more patches, more patches. And as I play the game more and more, we'll start working on, things that still need to be fixed. But I'll see you guys later. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day. Another thing that still needs to be added, actually, real quick, stages. Stages is one thing that still needs to be added. It's very clear they're having a lot of issues with the code of the game in terms of how the game handles cautions and AI and stuff. That stages will just hurt the game even more, which is why it's not in it. But they need to get to a point where they can add stages, because stages is, like it or not, it's a main part of NASCAR. We need to have stages. So that's something that still needs to be added. Private lobby, stages, vibration in the controller, all that stuff. But we'll see what happens. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.